Thank you for joining me. I'm Louise from SucramYoga. So this is the second in our Pranayama, Mudra and meditation sessions. So if you missed the first one, it's maybe a good idea to watch that one. It just explains a little bit about the pranayama, about what pranayama is, and the mudras and the meditation itself. So just as a quick overview, pranayama is a life force that resides within us. We sometimes refer to this as our breath. And ayama means to extend. So in some ways when we're maybe working to influence our breathing in a particular way for a different health benefit or to make us feel in a particular way. Mudras, we're going to be working with these. So Hasta Mudra, which is to do with our hands. Each finger represents a different thing. So we're going to go over those as well. Our meditation session is the whole of our session. We're going to take that focus right inwards, an introvert practice, just being totally aware of all our sensations, everything that we feel as we're doing the pranayama and as we're doing the mudra. Okay. So just to begin with, you want to find yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position. So maybe as I'm sat in Siddhasana. Sukhasana is just easy cross-legged, just with the shins crossed. Vrajasana with the sat back onto the heels, or Varasana with maybe a block between your heels, so your heels are out to the side and your bottom in the middle. Or alternatively, you can sit up on a chair. So anything that's going to make you so your back is nice and straight and erect. Okay, so we have that full area of the torso nicely stretched out, nicely lengthened, to be able to breathe quite easily. So we get that flow of energy moving through the body. So this area here is a nice base for us to sit nice and still. Okay, so go and grab some more cushions if you need them to be able to sit on. So you can pause me for a moment if you need to while you grab everything that you need. You don't have to have candles and things going and lamps on, just to make it a little bit more pleasing on the eye for you. Okay, so when we're ready, then we shall begin. So just roll the shoulders back for a moment. Maybe have a little bit of a wriggle out when you're sat, making sure that you are sat up nice and tall. Breathe comfortably. So we're not really trying to do anything with our breathing right now. We're just simply breathe as normal. But just take that awareness inwards just to see how we actually feel with that. So even if we close our eyes, we'll just be a little bit more, take us a bit more into into our being mode. When the eyes are open, it kind of takes us a little bit more into doing. So just closing the eyes. And just being aware of your breathing. Simply observing. And notice how the body just gently maybe has a rise and fall, or expands and contracts each time you breathe. So if you're breathing in, you feel the body expanding, getting larger, that expands, taking in more prana. And as you exhale, the body contracting, moving back in. So we want to keep that in the body. We want to keep a gentle lift, so our spine is erect, but not so stiff that we're not actually feeling anything. We want to be able to really read our own body and the sensations of our body. Okay, so from there, we're just going to gently bring our palms together. So when we bring our palms together, this is the Anjali Mudra. We're going to bring the thumb in towards our heart center. Just turn the fingers out ever so slightly. So the Anjali Mudra with the hands in Namaste. So Namaste, this is like a greeting, a welcome, a peace symbol also. And also, as I'm making that gesture towards you, it's the light in me honors the light inside you. And then we can just gently close our eyes. We can just gently feel the balance of the right and the left side coming together. So notice as the hands are together, you just allow the shoulders to come down. You may even notice when you place the hands together that space that you're starting to create there. And then the fingers, the palms just are lightly touching. So no pressure there. Just as if you're holding on to something really precious inside the hands. It's always a good idea just to set an intention at the beginning of your practice. So as we look deep inside, see what it is that we're searching for, we're looking for. And today in your practice, it may be something like clearing headspace, or you're working towards something. If we look a little deeper, finding those feelings which come up. So as an example, feeling that comes up for me, what we're always searching for is happiness. And then we can bring our thumbs just to the space between the eyes, across the brow, to the Ajna chakra, our intuitive center. Again, thinking of our intention, just reaffirming it at that Ajna chakra. And then taking the hands up over the crown. Your intention is then out there. And drawing the hands back down again towards the heart center and the Hatha chakra. It's been our center for love and compassion. And always remembering, for any of your practice, to be compassionate with yourself and to hold that love there for yourself. Now we're just going to place the palms down onto the legs. Taking a few breaths. So we find ourselves more comfortable sitting with ourselves. Just gently open the eyes. And then we're going to bring our right hand just in front of us. Palm is facing away. Bring the left hand to meet that right palm. And then grip the fingers. So this takes us into our first mudra, the Ganesha Mudra. So Ganesha, the deities may have seen this one before with the elephant head. And this one is our remover of obstacles. So a nice one just to kind of pave the way for us to begin with. Now in this, we're going to keep our shoulders nice and relaxed. Take a breath out first of all. So breathe out. Breathe in as you pull the palms apart. And as you exhale, release. Inhaling and pulling apart. And exhaling, release. One more time. Inhale, pulling the hands apart. And exhaling, release. And then we're turning the hands over. I'm going to again do 3 times more. So taking a breath in as you pull apart and exhale, releasing. Taking a breath in as you pull and exhale, release. Again, one more time. Inhaling, pulling the hands and releasing. Place the hands down onto the legs. Just focus on normal breathing. So our Ganesha Mudra really helps to open up in the lungs, really helps to clear any obstacles away. Giving us a nice, fresh, new start. Okay, just opening the eyes. So this is going to take us now into Ujjayi breathing. So Ujjayi breathing is that victorious breath. Again, another one for really starting to aerate in the lungs. We've already worked with Ganesha Mudra, where we get that expansion going across the chest and moving in, just helping to pave the way. And then with the Ujjayi breathing, it really helps to kind of warm the body on the inside. So even if you've done this for a little while, when you really focus on it, if you do need to cough, then just let that cough happen. Don't kind of stifle it. It just means when the lungs get aerated, it really helps to kind of clear things away. Now, if you're not familiar with this one, this is where we sound a little bit like Darth Vader. So an easier way to kind of to describe it and for you to be able to kind of get the hang of it is if you have your hand in front of you as if it's a mirror. And you're having that there, and then you're breathing into that mirror but making a sound as if trying to steam the mirror up. Okay, so it's so you hear it, there's a slight constriction at the back of the throat. So the sound really starts to come from the back of the throat. It's not nasally, it is the back of the throat. Now, if we were to close our mouth and still have that feeling at the back of the throat, we still have that raspier sound. So the breath, it will come through the nose, but we feel it's coming right from the back of the throat. So that is also made on the exhalation as well as the inhalation. Okay, or even the other way around. I just described it the other way around. So we're breathing in, we're breathing out, the same sound is heard. Okay, so if you want to even start, we'll just do one with the hand there as if it is a mirror to steam up. Then with the mouth closed. Good. And then try that just without the hand there. Breathing in, breathing out, making that same sound. And it should just be a sound which is just a little audible sound where maybe somebody next to you could hear it. It doesn't have to be heard right from the back of the room, right to the front of the room. Just be nice and kind with yourself, and as long as you can hear it, then that's fine. So let's just take 3 rounds there. Breathe out first. And then return to normal breathing. Just noticing just how that feels. You may even find when you've been doing the Ujjayi breathing quite a while and over time, you may find that the Ujjayi breathing just naturally starts to kick in as soon as we start to really do any breath work. It's a great one for helping keep our focus. So the sound, although it does sound a little bit like Darth Vader, also we can kind of say that sounds a little bit like the ocean. It's the sounds of the waves just moving in, moving out. So it has a great calming effect on the body. Also, in a yoga practice, it really helps for you to stay in your yoga practice a little bit longer if you can focus on the breath. It keeps a nice calmness and an even flow to the breathing. So if at any point you need to just kind of tap into that one, then you can do that. And also as well, you can do that type of breathing, the Ujjayi breathing, when we do our hand mudras. So hand mudras. So we're going to bring ourselves now just into, if we look at the hands. So now each finger represents a different element, which we also have in our bodies. Now an easy way for me to remember when I was learning these was if we think, so our elements we have like fire, earth, water, wind. So we're going to see these in our hands. So an easy way to remember is if we think of our thumb, and if we click that up, as if it's a lighter, so we can think of that one as fire. The index finger, I can always remember my dad saying, pull my finger. Okay, this one is wind or air. This one, so this one is ether. So kind of think of that right up there. Okay. This one, so our ring finger is our earth element. So on this one, you think of it, this is the finger that you would have a ring on if you were married. So we can think of that one. So we think of it being very earth and grounded. Okay. This one, little finger, again, I think of my mum when she's taking a drink. So she would do this. Or also as well, a friend of mine who will always pick up whatever it is she's drinking out of. The little finger is always out. So this one is the water element. So that's an easy way to remember those. So when we work with the hand mudras, we're also bringing in these elements and they're helping to rebalance these elements in the body. So the first one we're going to be doing is going to be our Surya Mudra, which is our sun and fire. So getting the fire going into our belly, into our bodies. So this is great for kind of really warming up, getting that digestive fire going. And it also increases our metabolism and energy as well. It reduces anxiety. Now, there's a little bit of a warning with this one. So it can activate into the thyroid. So just be careful if you do have any issues with that. Now, in this one, this is where we're going to get our ring finger. So we have there, so it's our earth element. Now in this one, we're going to just have that so the palms are facing up and just rest them down just onto the legs. And then we can, again, just closing our eyes. And we're just holding that. So with any of these hand mudras, ideally we can hold for like 45 minutes at a time in a day. Now you can work these in 3 separate sessions if you want to. So you could do like a 15-minute sitting and just holding this hand mudra. So again, you can just bring in your Ujjayi breathing. Now we're only going to do like 3 or 4 rounds of this. So you can get a little taster just for if you want to be able to do them yourself in your own time. When you start getting used to working with mudras, you can almost feel effects coming in straight away. Again, this is also with the heat building in the body. It's all going to help to suppress appetite, increasing that metabolism. Okay, so after our next exhalation, just releasing that hand mudra. And we can have the palms facing down. So just going to normal breathing. So again, remember our meditative practice is just focusing just solely on ourselves, just how we feel right now. You can either remain with the eyes closed, or you can softly open the eyes. So this is going to take us into our Prana Mudra. So Prana Mudra, we're going to turn the palms facing up. We're going to join the ring finger and the little finger together and extend through the first two fingers. So we're working with our elements. We have that fire connection. Again, so it's keeping that heat inside the body. Also, it's a representation of our self and exertion. And when we're working with this, we're working again with that earth element and that water element. So we're just going to have the palms facing up and resting the hands onto the legs. And you can just close the eyes. This really helps to strengthen our prana as it moves around the body. So helping to build on the immune system. It connects to our root chakra and it helps increase vitality and also vision for seeing clearer, self-confidence and moving forward. So with the hand mudras that we've already done, the Ganesha Mudra to help clear any obstacles out of the way, the prana, life force, that exertion, vital energy, helping us again just to move forward. And they're also connecting to that root chakra, a great one for feeling grounded at that same time. And especially now with everything that's going on, it's nice to actually feel quite grounded, although there is a vision and forefront of what there is to come and to be able to handle those things. So just keeping that attention just with the breathing. Okay, so after that next exhalation, let's release the hand mudra. You can just place the palms back down again. Just keeping the breathing going, just nice and smooth, just noticing if there's been any changes or how you actually feel. So in that prana mudra, it really brings in the energy. We'll really feel that the chest starts to expand as we take that breath. Feel that energy moving around. I'm going to move into Apana Mudra. Apana Mudra is more of a downward energy. It helps to release and to let go of anything that no longer serves us. So great for clearing out in your digestive system. So anyone as well who suffers from constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, it's going to be a great boon to do on this one. So you can always use that with the mudras that we've already done, with the heat in the body, especially from the Surya Mudra. It's going to help us to kind of get that heat going and really help to kind of burn out any toxins in the body and to help with that digestive process. So your Apana Mudra is really going to help with clearing all of that out. Okay, so in our Apana Mudra, so we're going to turn the palms facing up and we're going to join this time with the middle finger So ether and that earth element as well. Placing the hands down, just onto the legs again. It's really going to help to kind of like with that removal of waste, rid the body of anything that no longer serves it, nothing that's no longer needed, or anything that's no longer needed. So again, giving us clearer vision. We all know kind of how it feels better, even if we're clearing out a room and we make it so everything is cleared out, things that we don't need. So it's exactly the same with our own bodies. When we clear out the waste products, anything that's no longer needed, how fresher, more alive that we feel. And again, the vision also becomes clearer. So just again, closing the eyes. Taking a few breaths. You can also bring in that Ujjayi breathing if you feel that you need to. So after a few breaths, just return just to normal breathing. You can release the hand mudra. Turn the palms so they feel down, so they face down. And some of you may have even noticed when we're doing the Apana Mudra, the breath doesn't feel as if it comes up as high in the chest. It keeps it all kind of fairly low, the lower part of the body. Again, helping with that downward energy. Okay, so to finish, we're just going to turn the palms facing up. We're going to just join the index finger and the thumb together. So just holding here. Helps to bring just clarity of the mind. So just taking note of how you feel inside, any sensations. You can often feel sensations of hot or cold, fluctuations maybe along the skin or flutters inside the body. So making sure there's no unnecessary tension held anywhere. Keep the body relaxed. So just allowing the body just to be. Remember, we're not going looking for any sensations. We're just simply observing if there is any there. Okay. After your next exhalation, softly open the eyes. So at this point, you may want to just lie yourselves down and just take a few minutes in Shavasana. Just allow the body to carry on the process of just helping to rid the body again of anything that no longer serves it, falling into a deep relaxation. Or sit here for a little bit longer. So I'll close the session now for me, but as I say, you can carry on if you want, sitting here a little longer or lying down. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.